Sure you feel the vibes.
What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin coming back to you with another video, and I got MG here, and there was some news today about a certain DC character that I'm not a big fan of. So I decided, we decided to do a video to talk about it real quick. Now the news was about Batman, and as you know, Ben Affleck's been out after Justice League of being Batman. And we're just wondering who's going to be the new Batman. We know they're going to do a younger Batman. Who was the director that's supposed to be doing Batman? Because it's been all over the place. Who was the director?
Matt Reeves.
Yeah. So he's supposed to be doing a new Batman. It's going to be a younger Batman. So we're wondering who the hell is it going to be? Apparently the two guys that's in the running, or I guess the last two guys that they're looking at to finalize the casting is Robert Pattinson. If you don't know who that is, that's the guy. That's the guy that played in Twilight. He played Edward in Twilight. You know how I feel about those movies, complete trash. And the other guy is Nicholas Hoult. He's the guy. He plays Beast in the more recent X-Men. Also, he was in what was the recent movie called, Tolkien or whatever. It's based on the writer of the Lord of the Rings books, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm pretty sure you'll recognize him once you see it. Look up a picture of him. But these are two guys who are last in the castings. Who the two final castings for the Batman role. A lot of people think Robert Pattinson is going to be the guy that gets it. Now, before MG gets into his reasoning why this is garbage, which is pretty kind of aligned with mine, this guy doesn't look intimidating in the slightest. He doesn't look intimidating. I haven't seen, outside of Twilight, I haven't seen any other movies he's in, because he was bad enough in that movie for me to say, I don't think I want to see him in a movie about a character that I like, because he was that bad in Twilight. Man, you could probably go into the you'll probably say in the comments he was in this, that was pretty good. I don't care. The guy doesn't look intimidating, and based on what I saw from Twilight, going off one movie, so what? I don't see him pulling off the Bruce Wayne. We was talking about earlier, before we went live, that, like, you look at Val Kilmer, wasn't the greatest Batman, but he was a hell of a Bruce Wayne. He was at least able to pull off one of them, but people talk enough shit about those movies, so why even criticize those movies? George Clooney, people criticize him as Batman. There's no really reason to even say anything. Christian Bale was able to pull off the Bruce Wayne, and he's a martial artist. You've seen some movies in the past that where he actually does it, some of his martial arts. So he was able to pull off the Batman good enough. A lot of people talk about the voice or whatever, but he is way more intimidating than these two guys. One looks like a nerd and has played movies I've seen him in. He's played nerds. Now I'm just referring to Nicholas Hoult, and Robert Pattinson doesn't look like he has a single bit of charisma or be able to intimidate someone. You gotta at least have one of those. You gotta be able to either intimidate someone or have the charisma to play Bruce Wayne himself. So these castings, and it's been going crazy because it was trending on Twitter, and a lot of people shit on it. Most people I've seen shit on it. You always got people that are going to defend it. And the one thing people do when they defend crap like this, bad castings, is they'll trash previous castings. Like seeing people talk about Christian Bale. No one brings up Clooney, because this is universally panned. That movie's universally panned, and his portrayal is universally panned. But you've seen people bring up Kilmer.
Just because there's some other trash ones, that don't mean it's okay that the new one is trash too.
Yeah.
It doesn't justify it at all.
No, it doesn't.
Like, if you told me he was going to be playing Nightwing, I'd be like, okay. Yeah, don't like it, but yeah, okay. But Bruce Wayne?
I don't even like.
Come
it.
on.
I don't even like. To me, to get someone to play that role, they have to have some kind of martial arts background. And even Nightwing, did he have any kind of martial? And you'll say, well, Val Kilmer, which guy did that? George Clooney, Michael Keaton didn't really have that, but they were kind of the blueprint for the new movies, because that was, like, we knew he changed. Like, Batman changed in the '80s with the tone of the character. And that movie didn't come out too long after those books, referring to the Keaton movie. So it was so new with Batman. So it was kind of like the blueprint. But this is 2019, whenever the movie comes out, 2021, whatever. You gotta get somebody especially with the way movies look now. I mean, we were just looking at a trailer of a movie called Anna, and maybe the chick has some kind of fighting background or something. Looked like she did. Choreography was great. It probably has some pretty good people in there, a good stunt person. But to me, a big part of Batman is the intimidation, charisma. You gotta have this will probably sound redundant, but you gotta have that look. And these guys, maybe if you gave them another role, maybe if Nicholas Hoult was like a older Spider-Man, maybe he could pull that off or something like that. I don't know about the other guy. I don't know who he could be. Somebody with no charisma, maybe. Whoever you want to put into that mold. But what'd you think about either one of these guys possibly being casted as Batman?
I'll never watch another Batman movie with them in it. I'll never see it. That's where I'm at with it at this point. Like, first of all, the three biggest American superhero icons would all be British.
Yeah. And
maybe people not from here wouldn't understand that, but you guys got to... These guys are... I mean, most of these guys' city is set in New York, which is a very cultured place in itself. Like, there's no way you can tell me that you can't find an American who can play all three of these roles.
Especially with the Batman, because Christian Bale is also from the UK.
He is, but nobody knew that until recently.
Yeah,
because he doesn't sound British. Like, he doesn't have an accent.
A lot of times they're pretty good at hiding it, but still, to me,
even to his natural talking voice, like he doesn't have an accent at all.
Yeah.
So you don't even really know it until he says it.
To me,
same with Pattinson doesn't have an accent either, really, but
he just doesn't have any charisma.
he just don't look like a fighter.
He don't look intimidating in the slightest, man. He played a glittery fucking vampire in a movie where he was. I mean, maybe he could get the brooding part down.
I mean, I give him the height thing. I think he's like 6'1".
Yeah, he's tall. Like, I mean, but even despite that, he doesn't look intimidating. Like I said, he probably pull off the brooding thing, but that doesn't make him intimidating. He's just stoic and boring at that point.
Is Kit Harington not available?
That motherfucker like 5'7".
He is, but the motherfucker can brood with the best of them.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what they were going for. Like, man, we just got finished watching Twilight, man. We need a brooding young Batman, and that guy was our first choice. Ooh, and then our other choice was the geek from the Tolkien movie that I guess already came out. I don't know when the hell it comes out, or he was Beast, because people actually cared about him in his human form, and not when he had the blue fur around him and fighting guys.
Giving these alpha male meathead roles to fucking geeks and nerds.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'll never take it seriously. I let a couple slide in the past, but it's getting too much at this point. Like, I let Hugh Jackman slide because he's a murdering machine as Wolverine.
Yeah, being from Australia.
Yeah, but like, I'm not.
We know the biggest culprit of kind of using British actors. That's fucking Spider-Man. Spider-Man from New York, man.
Yeah, not even just necessarily British, but just nerdy and geeky looking. Like,
yeah, it works more with Spider-Man, but does not work with Batman.
Yeah.
Now, Batman's a smart dude, but he is not a geek. Like, he is not a geek. Batman's whole persona is intimidation. I don't know if these guys can pull off an intimidate. I don't think they can pull it off. To me personally,
I'll never know because I ain't going to watch it if they in it.
Yeah, they're gonna have to go. Like, hopefully they see the fans and maybe they go in a different direction. But it kind of seems like they have their mind made up about either one of those two guys.
Yeah, I'll pass. Fucking trash. Fuck DC movies.
And it's crazy because they just started turning shit around. Like Zachary Levi in the role of Shazam.
Like seriously, Henry Cavill, Jason Momoa, and the dude who plays Shazam and Robert Pattinson walk into a bar.
Oh my god! Just imagine.
Does Robert Pattinson even look like he can hold his own with any of them?
No. He doesn't look like he belongs in the same room. Hopefully the guy. I don't know what the guy looks like now, but
the same, just tall and skinny.
Hopefully, I mean, I know that they do a lot of training to kind of get him into shape. He gonna need a lot of it. He gonna need, because Batman's a pretty big dude. I mean, you look at, Christian Bale had to get into shape for it. People are always gonna bring up. See, when you say shit like that, people always like to bring up the earlier movies, like those weren't the like kind of like the blueprint movies for what they wanted the character to be in the future.
Yeah, we're talking about like 20 years ago.
20 years ago, too. 20 years ago, right?
The Christian Bale version is almost 20 years ago at this point.
So,
like, you talking about the first Batman came out in what, 89?
Yeah.
Like,
that's not too long from the comic. The comic that kind of changed the character.
Talking about 30 years ago. That, like, you can't compare the actors to those. Like,
and people always give I personally like Ben Affleck as Batman. You say what you want about him as a Bruce Wayne, but I thought the dude got into crazy shape to play Batman, even despite being older. He got into crazy shape to play Batman. You saw what he, when they kind of showing him working out in Batman v Superman. Dude got into crazy shape, and you saw how intimidating him as Batman was. Like, say what you want about Ben Affleck himself. Personally, don't like Ben Affleck, but he pulled off the intimidation part of the Batman character.
Was Stephen Amell not available?
Right. I mean, he would have been a decent choice. He would have been a good choice because we've seen that he can be intimidating, and he's a legit athlete. These other two nerds aren't athletes. Like, you seen Stephen Amell's training? Dude's an athlete. These other two guys, what the hell? And I doubt they get into the shape to even look the part in the suit. But like I said, man, who knows who they even get to Superman? I'm scared who think they're gonna get for Superman at this point. Henry Cavill, yeah, he was British, but he looked the part. I'll give him that. He looked the part. I like Man of Steel. Did a good job. Obviously, more than likely he's out. So they're gonna recast that. But you look at Gal Gadot. She got a lot of criticism. She is able to turn out a pretty good Wonder Woman. Jason Momoa's fucking badass as Aquaman. Zachary
Levi walking around on national TV throwing axes for charity.
Axes. Dude's a badass. So he was a fucking badass in Game of Thrones. Some of his early acting stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and they get these two dweebs to play Batman. It's like, at this point you're pretty much done with superhero movies.
Yeah,
with the way they treated Spider-Man and
what shit is done for? Like, they can get shit right. Like, the only ones I'll go see are the ones that already have like established characters that I already like Chadwick is Black Panther, Momoa is Aquaman, right? Zach Levin as Shazam. Like, okay, those are cool. I've already seen the movies; those are cool. But all this new shit, no, I'm good. No need. I'll pass.
Yeah, Batman's one. He's one of those characters you can't fuck up. There's certain characters like you can kind of change around, but some of these characters, Batman, Spider-Man, Superman, characters like that, people want to see the character, the actor, be a certain way, look a certain way. Looking at previous movies, do you think he could pull off the aspects of Bruce Wayne or Batman? These two guys just don't look like it. But that's all we want to talk about. We wanted to trash the possible. It's still possible two candidates to be Batman, especially going off. They had the one guy, the martial artist. Yeah, he probably can't. He more than likely can't act better than these guys. But martial artists look like a badass. You know.
Yeah, I'm not really into Batman movies for the dialogue.
Yeah, I mean,
let me see some cool tech. Let me see some Playboy shit. Let them talking to bitches. You know what I'm saying? And then when it's time to fight, whoop some ass.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's no way these two guys. How did these two guys make it to? They could have found someone else. I mean, we could probably look up some guys and be like, well, we could probably put this guy in there, but not gonna do it in this video. But let me know what you think down in the comment section. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Tell me what you think about Robert Pattinson and Nicholas Hoult possibly being the new Batman for the Matt Reeves younger Batman. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Peace. We're out.